Okay. Hey, Mord! How are you? I have no idea if I have... Oh, I don't have Facebook up. Do I? Okay, I'll have to have a different channel. Hold on, guys. Hold up. Organizing some stuff. Yes, I am alive. Hi, Boiled! Okay, sorry, guys. Oh, no, Facebook is on. Hold on, I gotta test something. See if something is working in Facebook. Hi, Michael, I see you. I just want to make sure. Hold on. Test. Testy. Does that work? Does that work? Does it go through? Does it go through? Does it go through? Wah! Why isn't that going through? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so now they're coming through. Okay, hi Metu as well. Hi guys, how are you doing? All right, making sure my chat is working. You can probably see it in, you can see that only like one of the Facebook comments went through so far. So if Facebook, like if I miss, yeah, if I miss some of your comments on Facebook, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get it to work with Restream. I hope that's okay. Make pupper. Make pupper. Are we making pupper right now? No, we're not making pupper. You'll hear pupper in the background though. Hey Grim, you watch Next Gen? Awesome! Yes, yeah, there's a lot of references. It's one of those things where you could probably play a drinking game like every time you could name a reference in that movie. There's a lot of really cute like kind of Easter eggs throughout the whole thing. Hey Alex! Yeah, I can see everything on YouTube just fine. It's a total eclipse of the heart. Yeah, alright. Okay. Okay, so let me do my spiel. Spiel. I hate that word. Why do I say it? Alright, so hi. My name is Ashley, and if you don't know who I am, I stream on this channel every Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST. Today I was a little bit late. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. I'll be honest with you. I was coming back from my workout. I took too long to come back, and I was a little bit late. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's hard. Sometimes life is hard. But I'm here. So basically what I do is I'm a character and creature concept artist, but I do that through sculpting and paintovers and things like that. So essentially in this stream, it's more of a sandboxy kind of like sculpting from chaos sort of thing where I just kind of mash the sphere around. I always start with a sphere and I just kind of like mash it around into a bunch of different shapes, and I try and find something that works in that shape. And we just kind of like create something random. It's never like, oh, I have an idea when I start or anything like that. It's not referenced or whatever. It's just have fun. It's just total like pick up your sketchbook and sketch sort of an idea, but with clay in ZBrush. So that's what we're doing. And if you want to sculpt along, Joey says 1 hour sculpt challenge. This is actually a 4 hour. This is a 4 hour session. So if you do want to sculpt along with me, or you have a project that you want to work on and you need some background noise, whatever it is, open that up. Or, you know, ZBrush, Pixelogic is offering a 45-day free trial for ZBrush as well that you can pick up. I know I say that every time, but you know, maybe somebody will be like, oh, I didn't know that. So you can do that. And if you have any technical questions, I mean, about the software, yes, I can answer as much as I can, but if you have like software suggestions and stuff like that, I do not work for Pixelogic. If you want to @ me in the chat, my user is A_cubed, and I think that's good. I think that's good. Okay, we're good? Are we good to go? Are we good to go? Is that enough? Was that good for you guys? Hey Marzim, hi Mighty, hi Andre. How's up, guys? All right, I'm gonna get started. Amazing video. I mean, we haven't even started yet, so thank you for already giving me praise for not doing anything. 4 hours. Yep. and we usually take a break around. Ooh, that is really harsh light on my face. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize that. Let me just, is that better? I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, we take a break around the 10-hour mark because, you know, taking a break, very important. May or might not have a corgi involved. All right, okay, we're gonna do stuff. We're gonna do stuff. We're gonna do a thing. Yes, we are. I think I'm gonna go a little less crazy with like the total like mashup of stuff and try something a little bit more I guess centered. Also, to anybody new here, I am that person that really doesn't care about all of this stretching at all, because I like to use Dynamesh as a I guess as a tool to help me design. Sort of like if you were to go into your sketchbook and just start scribbling everywhere and then try and find something from that, this is actually going to help me in finding a bunch of, just a bunch of shapes. Could get something. So yeah, I don't care about this sort of a thing at all. So don't worry if you're gonna like at me and kind of like say like, oh, what are you doing? You can't be doing that. You need, why don't you Dynamesh it? Why don't you just use the Sculptress Pro mode? It's because I like it. I like it messy. You'll see. Have my reasons. But yeah, as you can see, like I do like really strong, like I try to do like pretty strong shapes. Also, you might hear some borking in the background. That is my pupper. My pupper is an anxious boy. And any noise that he hears that he doesn't know where it's coming from, he borks at. Can't do anything about it. And because I was a little bit late today, I'm just kind of like making up for, I'll look at the chat and like after I have sort of like all of this, my initial things sort of like blocked out. Again, I'm just kind of like doing a bit of like random stuff. Just kind of letting my, my hand do some work for me. Just doing some scritchy scratchies. Not really like thinking too much about it. Just like focusing on like shape and where maybe like what kind of a thing this might be, underlying structure. So far so good. This can be bigger. All right. Okay, we've got that. Now let's see here. Let's grab this guy, push him back here. All right, we're gonna have to make this overall a lot smaller. Here we go. And the reason why I do that is because I like to use the dynamic brush, dynamic sizing on the snake hook, and just like really like all of my brushes. But to each their own. If you don't like that, then you don't like that. I just prefer it, personally. Alright, let's see here. I will look at chat in a second. Again, we want to focus on shapes and a little bit of like structure. We can always put in working anatomy later if it doesn't make perfect sense, but overall I kind of want to really get like those strong, memorable, like wowzer shapes. Which part of me is like thinking I want to do something like camel-y. A little bit more. I'm wondering how I can kind of get that in there though. No. Also, that's another thing too. Never be afraid. Ooh, hi. Never be afraid to just kind of like delete something that you're working on if it's really not like working out. I do that a lot. Lots of just delete it. Just get rid of it. Yeah, I think it would work better like this. Yes. Right here. There we go. There, get that in there. And I promise I'll look at chat. I promise. I'm being the worst today. Usually I'm like way more into chat, and today I'm just kind of no. I am sculptor. But yeah, again, form, form, form. That's what we want. That is what we want ultimately. If we can get, I think that would be like an interesting challenge to try and get this hump thing to work. Wonder if I can. It would probably like end up looking a little bit more like a sail, which is fine too. Alright, let's do one of these guys right here. Needs a bigger back of his head. That's what I'm thinking. Get that in there. Da-da-da. Let's append. Actually, IMMs. Let's make this fast. Let's make this fast. IMM, and I'm gonna just use a regular male arm here. Yeah. I really got to get on actually creating like my own IMMs for like actual monster, like monster claws and stuff like that. Da-da-da-da. Alright, let's just do, can probably get rid of this guy and that guy. Delete, close holes, whoosh. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh. Promise I'll look at chat. It's only been 10 minutes of not looking at chat. I could do this. We could do this. Meanwhile, everybody's like filtering out like, ah, this person. It's okay. They'll be fine. And I'll put that like this. Good. Actually, get this guy over here. Put him out, down, yeah. Whoop. All right, claws, claws, claws. We'll get this in here. A little bit more of like a, I don't know, like we need like some sort of like shoulder action in here. This isn't gonna work. We need that shape to still happen. Yeah, we can have him like kind of like gross. Like he's just kind of like, like holding his arms out, like nervous. Like, hey Sally, can I take you to the dance? Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I will save this and then look at chat. That's what I'll do. Oop. Also, let me know if the music's too loud. I ask that every time, but I don't know if it's too loud. All right, scrolling, 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 scrolling all the way to the top. I'm gonna start going through. Another bird. No, no more. No. Hello to everybody who's just come in. How are you guys doing? Thank you, Justin. I'm so glad that you enjoy these streams. Dana, hi, welcome. You're new. What am I doing? I can't do this. Why don't you just use Sculpting Pro mode? Well, Mord, maybe if you go back a few steps in the video. Oh my goodness. Do I know about Thu? Yes, I have participated in Thu before. Hi Eric, how are you doing? You saw the movie Next Gen, who does the hard surface stuff? Oh, my friend Celso actually did a lot of the sculpting, concept sculpting for the robot, some of the robot, the main robot, and Ares as well. Is this a llama? No. Did I study at Noman? No. Do I use any reference? For these, no. But when I'm doing studies and full projects and things like that, yes. What's my favorite UI layouts? I literally just use the one that I have right here, which is my own. I think that UI, I think that having a favorite UI, like it should be your own, I think, because then it's like catered to your workflow, your work style. Quick every hide while she's not looking. Hey Cheese, how are you doing? What's my PC specs? You can find that over on my own channel. I have that in the facts section. My PC specs are not impressive. My PC specs, I'll read them out to you. I have an i7 CPU, i7 4K, whatever, CPU, whatever. RAM, I've got 16 gigs, graphics card, GTX 780 Ti, and that's all you need to know. Ooh, also I've got a Wacom Intuos Pro Medium as a tablet, if anybody's asking about that. Hello, Blands, how are you doing? Do I ever sculpt some of my concept art? Usually my sculpts end up being my concept art, to be honest. That's a thing that a lot of people, so I'm running into a lot of people who don't think that 3D can be concept, and that's a very, it's strange, because when you do sculpture work, you can easily, you know, paint over it, or even just use that sculpture as concept work. It doesn't necessarily need to be just 2D in order to be considered concept work. So that's, it's just like you're coming up with an idea. So a concept artist is somebody who's an idea person, right? Like they're throwing ideas around for a producer, an art director, whoever, to look at it and be like, I like this about this, I like that about that, can we add this, you know, sort of that sort of a thing, because, you know, more minds on a project, the better, and then you end up with a, like, something that has been thought through, right? That's why concept artists exist, is they're idea people. They come up with, like, quick sketches and things, you know, quick paintings and things like that. A lot of the time, if you see, like, you know, art books and then there's like concept art in there, like actual, like a lot of concept art is like really rough, really quick stuff. And to be honest, like I think 80% of it is not very glamorous. The really rendered out stuff is usually for promotional things, like main character, really important scenes, you know, things like that. But like ultimately, or like if you're, you know, if a concept artist needs to do like a turnaround for a modeler or something like that, then it's a little bit more fleshed out. But from my experience, like the concept art that I've seen in production, and even the stuff that I like give out, it's very quick because you need to have a quick turnaround to get the ideas going. Emus are evil and you would declare another emo war if you had the power. Well, I like emus, so I'll fight against you. Is this a bird I'm making? We'll see. No, actually it's not, because Mort is saying it is. Make a superhero with the proportionate strength of an emu. Oh my god. Oh man. You like the way you control to not look at, the chat? You know you're a novice at ZBrush when you spend 6+ hours with the opening as a team. You have the online docs in your main monitor. Yeah, but I mean, like you're learning. Like it's good to have that. It's good to have like the documents open when you're learning, because then you can just like quickly look up the things that you don't understand. Like if you're going through all these menus and you're like, oh, what the heck is Dynamite? What the heck is Claypod? You know, then you just look at the documents. It's all there. Alien chicken, yeah. Alien cow, okay. Worm for Warframe. Ooh, Warframe. Hey Ryan, freaky. Oh. Hi Psych. Before the arms though. Well, Dinosaur. A little bit, yeah. This thing with man arms, nature's little bear. Oh, it's when before I cut off his fingers. A few months ago that you needed to make boob IMMs, yeah. Dark crystal, and it's like a lot of things. Oh, thank you, Young Sung, thank you. Jealous, don't be jealous. Don't be jealous, no need to be jealous. You're gonna create your own art and it's gonna be amazing anyways, so. Chat has been terribly productive anyways. Oh, well, I mean, I feel like you guys have been. There's lots of stuff I'm answering here, right? Am I helping out? Have you ever done characters for games? If so, then you can speak a little bit of inspiring game character artists for... no, I haven't worked on games. I wouldn't mind working on games at all, actually, but I have not. I'm more of like a film person, you know? Looks great and evil. Heck yes. Hi, Yold. Hi, Annette. Really happy you finally watched my streams. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're here, Gabriel. Sorry I'm talking so much. I'm just catching up on chat. Hi, Wipeout. Hi, Joanne. Azure. Yeah, you like it? You need help? What do you need help with? Okay, no need to like caps like crazy, by the way. Weird question. Do you have any tips when you struggle to nail the concept shape in the sculpt? You feel like you could do it better? Honestly, just like focus on big forms. Like, if you can simplify something, then you're gonna be in a good place. The more you can simplify, the better your overall design might be in the end. Because if you focus on like big strong shapes, like maybe you're like, okay, well maybe this time I'm just gonna take a triangle, reverse it, and then make a head out of that, and it's mostly in a triangular shape, then you can start adding on secondary and tertiary details onto that and cutting away from it. And eventually you'll end up like with a really strong like shape in a sense. I guess that's probably the best I can say. can I do a quick run through of how the tools work? If you want like a beginner's like guide to ZBrush, I'd look up Michael Pavlovich, or yeah, as more just typed in chat Z Classroom, and you can get like a run through there. Like there's no way that I'm doing a quick run through of this entire program right now. What is the quickest way to retopologize a model for UV map? There is one, if there is one, of course. Well, if it's just UVing and you want to do just like a render and it's not gonna move or anything like that, you can use Z-Remesher in ZBrush. It will give you a pretty decent retop if you want, but if you need to like rig something, if you need it for production, it's not just for UV and then render or whatever, then I would say there isn't like a super fast way of retopologizing. You're just gonna have to bite the bullet. This is X in the math? What do you mean? You should give the thing long feather cord things. We'll see what happens. Share my UI scheme. Yes, my UI, you can get it from Gumroad. It's for free. Obviously, it's just a UI. But I mean, I would urge you guys to create your own UI for your own workflow, just because it will make the most sense to you and what you're gonna do, instead of like, you know, fumbling around looking for other, you know, buttons that, you know, another person might use that you're like, I don't know what this is, and forcing it into your workflow and it doesn't feel natural. But if you do want my UI, even though I said that, you can get it from my Gumroad, and it's there because of that reason. Why did I choose this career as character creature sculptor? You're difficult sitting in one. Sometimes I do environment concept design. Sometimes ZBrush creatures can't choose really. Sometimes it's more for DFT. Why did I choose this? Okay, so I kind of, honestly, I fell into it. I was originally just looking for a modeling job. Even before that, I thought I was going to be an animator, but all my paths kind of like led me down to this, because like since I was a kid, I've always been fascinated with animals and creatures and just like drawing like kind of like weird monster things. And I guess in a sense that like sort of translated as like I was looking for, oh, maybe I'm gonna be an animator. Nope. Oh, maybe I'm gonna be like just a strict like only 3D modeling, like no like sculpting or whatever. And then I was like, nope. And then eventually this is where I ended up being. And it's sort of like you end up finding where you need to be and where you're happiest by trial and error and just trying a bunch of things and figuring out if it's for you or not. So I would just say keep trying stuff, and if it's what you like, then that's what you do, right? ZBrush, i.e. Maya to create object files. Yeah, no. I go back and forth from Maya for some projects. I use Keyshot for rendering sometimes. I use Maya for rendering. It depends on the project. Yeah, I've used Substance back and forth as well. It depends on what I'm doing. Hi babies. What am I gonna call it? Character? I never give them names, to be honest. It's always you guys giving them names. Hey Dr. Freeze. Okay, alright. Now we're all caught up. And now I can keep going. Oh, sorry. Okay. So if you do have any questions though, don't worry. Oh, you want me to make a dab? You want me to make a dab for you? Can I do like quick? There, close enough. I don't know, like I'm just not. No. Okay. I'm gonna block out, well, I'm gonna make this come out more. No worries, Ahmed. No worries at all. That's why I'm here. So what I was saying is I kind of need to get a bit of a like anatomy in here so it makes some kind of sense. Cool music? Oh, great. I'm glad you like it. It's you can just find it's a chill step mix. You can find them on what's the channel called? Pulse 8 on YouTube. Pulse 8. Oops. Top tier content. Is it top tier? I didn't make him fully dab. I feel like it's sub tier. Who here plays Black Desert online? I have recently fallen into the MMO pit that is Black Desert, and I can't seem to find my way out. I also play a Dark Knight or a Black Knight, whichever they're called. I can't even remember what my own character's class is. It's the hot one, the one that's really hot, like sexy. They're all really sexy characters though. Oh man, so lewd. I've been meaning to re-download it after the remaster. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of buffs too. So if you get the remaster, there's like a bunch of like XP buffs and stuff. So it's not like impossible to level up really fast. I've only been playing for like 20 or so hours and I'm already level 54, which is really nice. But I can see like how if you don't have all of the XP buffs, it was probably a very long, like, grind. Yes, there we go. So it is kind of like Dodo Birdie. Maybe we're going Dodo Birdie. Maybe that's what's happening today. I think this... I'm not really like happy with the back. That tiny dodo brain. Yeah, the Berserker. Oh my god, the Berserker. Wait, is it the... Wait, hold on. Which one is the Berserker again? It's not the... Hold on, wait. Which one is it? Ah, yeah, that... Okay, the man version of the... Oh my god, the Berserker is like... That's the only one that stands out of all of them. I remember going through the character list just being like, why? Like, what happened? Why is there suddenly a Neanderthal out of all of like these like models? There's a Neanderthal. It's like a K-pop group and then all of a sudden Neanderthal. Maybe he's the producer. Oh my god. How many years have I been using ZBrush? I think close to 5. Close to 5 years. Something like that. Until you reach 60, you will see. Yeah, I don't know what's waiting for me in that game. Am I gonna merge, combine both subtools, or just leave them separate? I like in these stages I usually just kind of like leave them separate. A chubby courage. A chubby courage. Courage the Cowardly Dog? Question mark? So when I get like geometry that looks like this, people ask me all the time, like if it's really like thin like that, I usually just take the inflate tool and I just kind of like tap it a bunch, so that, and then maybe like smooth it out just a little bit. The key is tapping. If you tap what you're doing, you're gonna be in a much better place than if you just kind of like go ham at it with the inflate and the smooth tool. Anyways, at least when you're doing this kind of a thing and working with like really messy geo. Dark crystal skellies. Ah. Am I working for Pixel? No, I said that before. I'm a volunteer here every Wednesday. I just stream because it's fun, and I like to give back to the community that has given me so much joy Cheese alert. But yeah, I just kind of like, I stream here just because it's fun. And if you have any like questions to like talk to the, I don't know, like if you want to like ask the devs something, then I would say like just email support, because like I'm not able to like, I'm not a dev. That's all I have to say. Like I don't work for Pixologic. You made Pupper? What do you mean you made Pupper? Who are your favorite artists, either digital or traditional, and what do you learn from them? Oh gosh, man, people ask me this question all the time, and I don't think like I have like, at this point in my life, I don't think I have like favorite artists. I like, if you want to see all of the people that I think are like amazing, like you can see on my art station in like my I'm following like over 1,000 people on my art station. It's just like every time I see somebody that I'm like, damn, you're good, damn, you're good, it's just like follow, and I just like have like this feed of really, really good artists all the time that I'm looking at. So I can't really like say exactly like favorite artists. I can tell you who like, you know, when I was in school, who were the most influential to me. Probably, if you know Creature Box, I loved Creature Box. Anything to do with whatever they wanted to do, I was like all for it. Yeah, but like, I don't know, like it's hard for me to just kind of like pick out like individual artists and tell you like this person. But I have like a whole 1,000-person long list, so you can turn the volume a little bit. Up or down? I don't work yet. What do you mean I don't work yet? DC for the Superman role. Ooh, I'll apply. And then write an angry blog post when they don't accept me. Am I not man enough for you? Can't I be Superman? Alright, instead, oh no, I should probably get right into the legs. Okay. 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 I will. Legos. Oh yeah, this is gonna give me a lot to work with. Am excited. All right, and we have our blockout done. Boom, bam. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nope, not using sculptress mode. At least not right now. Okay, hold on, let's see. Hi Harpy, how are you? Doing well. Doing good. Doing good. Oh, for Pixelogic, no. I'm not a dev like that. No, Zoe. Oh, somebody just downloaded the IU or the UI. Pamphilova. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm really bad at names, so I have to like Google everybody. Let's see. Pamphilova. What's her first name? Is it Maria? Maria? Okay, if it's Maria, yes, absolutely. How can you not like her work? She's so good at what she does. She's insane. She's like actually insane. Like, yeah, of course. But yeah, like I always have to like Google. I literally always have to Google if you give me a name. I'm so bad at it. Doesn't mean that I don't like specific artists. I can't for the life of me recall names. Oh, thank you, First Disciple. Yeah, you just kind of mash things around and you get used to it after a while. It's a lot of fun to work this way. 5 years on ZBrush, and I don't know if you went to school anyway. Is it easy for you to find a job? Well, I mean, yes and no. For me, like, so, like, I don't really know how to approach that question, because I don't, this is gonna sound really bad. This is gonna sound really bad, and I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but I don't necessarily, like, I haven't been, like, reaching out looking for work, in a sense. When things come to me, they come to me, and I either take them or I don't, depending on the situation of how much work I already have to do, if it's something that I feel like I wouldn't be a good fit for, or if, you know, it is something that I'd be like, yes, that is something I want to be a part, like, not just want to be a part of, but would be a good fit for. So in terms of, is work hard to find, like, I don't think I'm okay to answer that at this point. When I was in Toronto, it was very easy to find because I was looking for work and it was just like everywhere. Everybody was hiring. I don't know about now. The marketplace is constantly changing. And in Canada, I know like a lot of my friends who is working in Toronto in the same industry as me are having to move out of Toronto for work, because right now Toronto isn't like, it's not like bustling with work as it was like a couple years ago. So in terms of like flow and stuff like that, like, you know, moving has a part to do with it. So in general, like, I think character art and concept art has its difficulties in terms of finding work in general, because it's very, I guess, like, there's 100,000 people out there all being like, I want it, right? So you have to like stand out in some way in order to get those jobs if you're looking for them and fighting for studio jobs. If you're freelance, then I'm not a great person to ask these kinds of questions, because I'm new. This is like my first year doing freelance. So I don't have a ton of experience to tell you. Furio did some streams. Yeah, he's really, really good. I'm sure he's like ridiculously busy all the time though. Furio's actually a concept art supercomputer in the Noman basement. Oh, he's not a real person. Oh man. Hi, Chippy. Stretch polys are a sight of beauty. Some people hate them. I love them. I love what it does after I Dynamesh. Yeah, I'd like to go a little bit crazy. What pen tablet am I using? Wacom Intuos Pro Medium. Paleontology? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I love it. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist, and then I realized most of it isn't actually digging up dinosaur bones, and most of it's just like... Reality hit me when I was maybe 7 years old, and somebody told me, you do realize if you were a paleontologist that you wouldn't be doing actual dinosaur work. And I was like, dream's gone. At least I have art. I feel like that's what happened to me every single time. Every single time I had a dream of some kind that wasn't like art related, I'd literally be pining after it, and then something would happen where reality hit, and I'd be like, oh, at least I have art. Yeah, and in terms of like jobs as well, I find that I don't know if this is true for everyone, but for me, it's sort of like a floodgate that happens. Like when there's work, there's so much work, like more than I can even take on, and it's all kind of coming in at the same time, and I'm like, what the heck, is everyone starting production at the same time? Like, I don't understand. And then there's gonna be dry spells, and usually during those dry spells, I try not, like, as a freelancer anyways, and I've only been doing this a year, during the dry spells, because I know that like work kind of comes in floodgate ways, I try to just kind of be like, okay, I'm not gonna like look for too much, if that makes sense. But yeah, like the dry spells can last a while. They can last a couple of months. So if financial stability is your concern, I would say always be looking, literally always be looking for work. But for me, I live under my means, and I'm okay with that. For me, just being like not stressed out all the time is more important to me. So if I don't have a ton of work coming in, then I usually just assume that it's time to take a break, and I let it happen. So hopefully that kind of answers your question. All right, this one's like pretty mashed up right here. I'll probably give it a good yeah, I like that. See what I do with that though. We will see. And then because of that, I think I'm gonna exaggerate this one. Hey Scott. Okay, wait, let me catch up. No, yeah, it's all good, Silent. I would say, like, when you're first starting out, though, like, when I was first starting out in the industry, I was just, like, I was going to, like, so many interviews, and, like, something that I also was doing, obviously, you know, it's dependent on your, studio situation, and stuff like that, you know, like if you're very comfortable and you just got your job and all that kind of stuff, like obviously don't do this. But if you've been working at the studio for a year and maybe somebody reaches out from another studio and says, hey, like, you know, we're looking for this position or whatever, I'm of the mindset that I never say no to an interview. I never ever say no to an interview, just because it is a networking opportunity and you never ever know when you're going to lose the job that you currently have. And that might sound scary, and it is, because it happens a lot. Even if you're doing a really good job, you, like, you know, things happen, just things can happen. So it's always really good to have your feelers out there, especially when you're starting to establish yourself and just putting yourself out there for like the first time and stuff like that, like just getting into the industry. So that would be my advice. Never say no to an interview, even if it's for something that you would think that you wouldn't want. I surprised myself actually by, like, once one of the companies that I was working for a while, they went into solvency, and I was out of a job, and I had to, all of us had to find a job. And so that was 500 of us all on the market at the same time looking for a job in the same city. So it was at the same time that all of the students had just graduated from school. So that there was like this massive pool of people looking for jobs and only so many studios. So it was kind of like a mad dash, and I remember, like, I just was going from interview to interview. To me, like, it did not matter who was interviewing me. And I wanted, like, at that point, I was kind of like, I just need a job. And I was a little bit, like, reluctant to take the job that I ended up taking, which was at Tangent, because I didn't really know anything about it, and I was like scared, and I thought like, hey, like maybe this is not going to be like a good production or anything like that. But it ended up being probably the best job I've ever had, hands down. And we just the movie that we were working on they were working on for a total of 2 years. I was just a little bit over a year and a half that I was on the project. It just got released to Netflix, and it's like been received well and everything, and it's just like, it's sort of one of those things where it's just like, if I didn't have that mindset of just accept the interviews that were coming my way, I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity either, right? So if you think of it that way, you know, just keep an open mind. Don't say like no to everything like that just pops right up just because of like what it is on face value or whatever. But yeah, like interviews, it's good, whatever. Hey drummer, how are you? How often do I use Dynamesh? A lot. Wings? How do you know they're wings? You don't know they're wings. They might not be wings. Freelance opportunities open up. You might get your freelance opportunity. You might have freelance opportunities for yourself opening up. What, like you're finishing your freelance stuff? What's going on? Do 3D plants. Lots of them. Okay, I guess. What? Thanks, Wipeout. Glad you like it. Hey, Sandro. Next Gen. Yeah, it's, the movie is Next Gen. It's on Netflix. It could be giant sausage fingers. It could be. Could very well be. That's disgusting. You should feel bad for saying that. Oh shoot, I didn't realize that's a... Oh. Here we go. Doo -doo -doo. Sorry if my voice is a little bit shaky today too. I did my ab workouts were a little bit much today, and I'm like, I don't know, just talking today is like getting me out of breath because I'm just... The gym today was a lot. That's all. So I apologize. I'm sorry, Sandro, I literally only speak English because I'm a scrub like that, so if you can, translate it. Yeah, I use Sculptress for some things. You know, if I don't want to keep Dynameshing, then I get into Sculptress mode. If I'm working on fingers, a lot of the time I'm in Sculptress mode. It really depends. Too shredded to talk. Yeah, totally. More like too wimpy, too weak. It's called Robot 7723 in Spanish. Well, I mean, like, that's not wrong. Like, that's what the robot's name is, 7723. Any tips for international candidate to get into the industry in Canada? I would say if you can get a bachelor's degree, it'll make getting a visa way easier. But always just, your portfolio is key. Like, you gotta work really hard on your portfolio. Make sure that that is top notch. But a bachelor's degree will definitely make getting a visa, like, a lot easier for you. Next Gen was exclusively, yeah. Yep, it was Vent. Yes, sorry. You're gonna go watch it? Alright. Have fun. Have fun! Having a 64 pack isn't wimpy. Oh my god, I wish. I wish. Do I know Raphael Grassetti? As an artist, yes, I do know his work. In person, no. No, I don't have those kinds of connections, my friend. Alright, I gotta Dynamesh some stuff. Let's start with the head. Let's go. Alright, Saberinos. Alright, so you can kind of see what I mean by it leaves artifacts. It leaves some artifacts for me. And I usually like to use said artifacts to start getting my sculpts a little bit more fleshed out. Dun, dun. but you can see how I like to use the, sorry, I went quiet there for a second. I like to use the lines that Dynamesh stretching gives me to kind of work around creating a sort of like skin flow, muscle flow. Okay, let me see. Does the degree have to be art related? You have a software engineering degree, but you're more into 3D. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I think just having a degree will, just in general, like whatever it is, will help you get into, like, get a visa as long as you do have a degree. And I mean, like, if you have software engineering, that kind of, like, you can kind of play that into 3D anyways. So, sorry. So I would say, like, it probably will work. It'll probably help you get a visa. But don't quote me on that, because again, like, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it is proving that you have an education, but essentially it's like a degree, like just having like a degree is gonna make it faster than like something like a certificate, or like, you know, oh, I got like this online like program or whatever. Like it's more like, I don't know, the government is a little bit like stingy with that kind of stuff, like a very, very specific, you know, it takes months to get it approved anyways. Well, Wipeout, it's time to work on your portfolio, isn't it? That's what I think. That's what I'm getting from that. That's what I'm getting from that. Yeah, exactly what Jay Morvan said. Hey Joshua, thank you. Try drop a day or two a week and spend time focusing on portfolio. Exactly. Exactly. Like, the thing is, like, even if you can just do like an hour a night, you know, it's still something. It's still working towards your goal. Hi Maximus, how are you? How'd you add muscle forms under the skin if you wanted to preserve the Dynamesh artifacts? Well, there's this magical brush called Inflate, and I use it quite frequently. And also a lot of the time, you know, if you're like, oh, I want to preserve like the artifacts, but the thing is, truth of the matter is, I go over these things a lot of the time, and then I sculpt over them, and they're not there anymore, and then I sculpt them again, and then I like erase them, and then sculpt them again, and erase them, blah 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 blah. So it's like, just don't be afraid to keep killing it and bringing it back. Well, if you're trying to add sagging skin to your sketch, the thing is, like, what I would recommend is getting your forms, your muscular forms in first, right? Like, you get your muscular forms in first, and then on top of that, you can start adding thin, stretchy, saggy skin on top of that, because that'll look a lot more convincing. I wouldn't do stretchy skin and then put muscles in. Think about it as layers, you know, when you're painting, you're painting in layers. You're doing, like, you know, the sketch and then the undercoat, and then you start adding on top, and things are a lot easier if you work in layers like that. So if you're thinking about creating creatures and characters, think about doing it in a way that is going to layer. So muscles first, skin second, sort of a thing. It'll help you with better forms and stuff like that. Also, yes, Maximus also gave a good point. Layers in the other sense. Down here, there are layers. Bingo bango, right here. And you can use those to help you preserve your artifacts if you really want that. Advice to you as a young sculptor. Oh, what? That's a good one. That's a good one. How come nobody's asked me that before? What would I tell myself now if I could look at my young self? I'd say stop. Like, first of all, put your ego away. You're not good. You're not, you know, you're the first time you're in ZBrush, you're not good. You're really not. Stop it. That's the first thing that I would say. And then second thing I would say is, like, work every single night. Stop putting it off. Like, stop putting it off. Do your anatomy studies. Do more anatomy studies. Yeah, okay, you do anatomy studies here and there, but you should do more. You need to do more. Stop thinking that you're also not good enough. Like, you're not good, but don't think that you're not good enough. You know, it's like this weird, like, complex that happens with artists, especially me, is, you know, when I was, like, first starting, like, I had an ego. I think I've said this in another stream before. Like, a lot of people, like, it was just coming out of school. There's, like, an ego. And it was crushed pretty quickly, not gonna lie. But it was a very salty journey for me, because in school you're kind of like in this bubble, right? You're in this like contained bubble of like, these are your classmates and this is what your skill level is compared to them, and then, you know, there's no like looking outside of that. When I was in school, I didn't look at ArtStation or anything like that, and a lot of people in my class were always like that as well. So, and the school had this sort of you know, oh, you go to this school, so you must be good, sort of like mentality with it. Whatever. And so, yeah, that was not good. That's not good for improvement. It's not good for getting a job. It's not good for any of that. So when you realize that you're not good, suddenly this sort of like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm never gonna be good enough thing like hits you, right? And then it's a constant, like, battle of just, like, looking at all of these people at ArtStation that are so much better than you. Like, you're never gonna be good enough. I'm not. I suck. And that's not good. That's not good for improvement either. It's finding that sweet balance of being like, you know, okay, this art that I did was a lot better than the art that I did before, and I can see that I am improving and I'm doing my best, and therefore I am a good artist to me. But I know that I can do better, and I will continue to push myself to do better. And that is a healthy mindset, but keeping that, ooh. And that's what I would tell my younger self. I'd be like, hey, sit down, relax. Don't be a diva. Just, you know, you don't deserve everything as a junior. You don't. And to be fair, I wasn't like a jackhole when I was working. Like, I wasn't like going up to the producer and being like, you should give me this task because I'm so good. Like, it wasn't like that. It was sort of like, I would silently take like, you know, my tasks, but then in my mind I'd be like, I shouldn't be doing this, you know, that sort of a thing. But yeah, just like, because I know for a fact, like, if you start acting like what's in your head, things will get really bad. But yes, that's what I would tell my younger self, is just stop thinking that way so that you actually can improve. And I mean, also, to be fair, that mentality, that like sort of like, oh, I'm better than this sort of mentality, was like, it kept, like, first of all, it got like squashed when I was trying to find my internship, and I never got an internship, and then I thought I was crap. And then I went into 4th year of school, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm good. Maybe I'm doing good, because I was like one of the only people doing a 3D film at that time. So I was like, yeah. And like, obviously all the comments coming around at me being like, wow, you can do that, you know, being in that bubble. And then I had a little bit more of an ego, not as much as I used to, but like a little bit more, and then I graduated, tried to find a job, and I was like, it went down again, right? I was like, and then after that, I ended up getting my job. I took a job at ARC, which went under, on a Barbie project. They didn't tell me that it was a show, a movie or whatever, so I thought it was just gonna be like something really, really dumb. And I was like, ooh, like, I deserve better than this or whatever, you know, and that sort of a thing. But I was also at the same time like grateful that at least I had a job, but I was like being a little bit like in my head, not to other people. To other people I was saying, hey, like, I'm so glad I had this job. But in my head I was like, it's not what I wanted or whatever. But then I get on the project, right? And I'm like sitting there and I don't know, I really like, I don't know what I'm doing. I suck. Like, looking back at my art when I first got hired, it's a miracle. It's an actual miracle that I got that job. But bless my lead. Bless my lead. He eventually ended up telling me, like, once we became friends, like, months down the line, like, hey, I didn't want to hire you. You were really bad, but I'm really impressed of how much you learned. And the thing is, like, he taught me everything, right? Like, he taught me everything. And it was sort of like that job was... First of all, finding the job was humbling, and then actually getting the job and working at the job was extremely humbling, because there's all these people around me now. I'm not in my bubble anymore, and there's all these people around me, and they're all so good, and they've been working in this industry for like years, and like they have so much knowledge, and just being like, you know, what am I doing? Why do I think this way? Like, I'm not that good. I can learn from these people. I'm gonna learn from these people, and that's what happened, right? And then you go. But yeah, oh man, that is what I would tell myself. It's just freaking chill. Like, that's what I would tell my younger sculptor self. Yeah. Did that answer your question? I have emotions about my younger self. I'm so glad that I'm not my younger self anymore. Are there times when you want to finish a sculpt super fast because you're bored doing the same sculpt for hours and not because you love sculpting? Yeah, like, I get really bored of... Okay, so that's... So, unless I'm doing, like, a project where I'm working, like, with people, or, you know, like, I'm working on, like, a production or whatever, finishing, like, a personal piece, if it's not, like, something quick... Like, if I can get it done in, like, a week, then I'm, like, all for it. If it takes longer than that, I just ditch it. And that's why, like, I like doing, like, these quick sculpt things on these streams, is because it just kind of, like, keeps going and going and going. Like, I just start over, and I can just, like, get different designs every time, and it keeps it fresh. That's why I like doing this. Damn standard, marking out the skin peaks right now. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Best symmetry settings to add rope. Symmetry settings to add rope detail around the edges of a mesh? What? What do you mean, Grim? Rope detail around the edges of a mesh. You would eat this turkey? Yeah, no, yeah, you gotta get rid of that ego, man. More or less at the same point. Yeah, everybody's gotta start somewhere. Most art, you never really escape the "this sucks, I suck" attitude. Knowing you suck is kind of good thing, though. At least it was for me. Yeah, no, it, like, okay, again, like I said, like a balance, right? Like, knowing that you're not the best, that you can always get better, but still having some pride in what you do is good. Like, it's healthy. If you're, like, literally looking at everything that you do and thinking it's the absolute worst, you don't save it, you just trash it immediately, that's not healthy. That's not good. You're not gonna, like, don't do that. Don't do that. Keep what you do. Don't throw it away. Save it. Look back on it, like, after a night's worth of sleeping. You'll be like, hey, you know what? That's not as bad as I was thinking about it in the moment. It's because your brain gets heated, right? Like, you get, like, so wrapped up in thinking you're not good that progress can't be made. You just need to, like, chill. Just chill and, like, step back for a second. Hey, Black Hippie, how are you? Hi, Cam. Not much. Oh, thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it. How are you? Yeah. Yeah, I always go off, man. I'm sorry. Hey, Meow, how are you? Hi, Rachel. More rope details around the edge of a mesh you're working on, but you can't get your symmetry right? I mean, like, I don't really know much about what you're doing, but you could get, like, so there's a bunch of different kinds of symmetry going on here, so I don't know, maybe you want to try using the radial count and playing around with these, if that's what you're talking about? Well, exactly, you feel like you're progressing, that's really good. Alright, see ya, baby's first puke. Hope you don't have a second. Hey, Art Omar. Oh, thank you! I appreciate it. I'm glad you liked the film. It was a lot of fun to work on. And soon I'll have renders of the sculpts to show. And once I have that, then maybe I can show the actual things on stream once I post them online. Because I got the go-ahead. I got the go-ahead from my director. Makes me feel good. I can finally post at least some production work. If you notice on my portfolio, like, or even just like my art station, I mean, like, there's literally no production work on my art station, and that's just because everything has been under so much NDA that, like, I can't, that no one lets me post anything, so this is a breath of fresh air. The whole, this is cool, this is great, oh no, this is turning out, this isn't turning out, this sucks, I suck, oh wait, this is cool, release it, yeah. Yep, that's a cycle. How do I make the open mouth sculpt again? I mean, you can just, like, you can use Sculptress Pro mode now, Cam. Like, you can literally just, like, keep sculpting and sculpting and sculpting if you want to open a mouth. Yeah, I agree, Maximus. What's the theme? Dinosaur? Bird? Turkey? I don't know. Thanks, Chuck. El Polo Diablo. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Patrick. The original technique I had was great. Well, okay, I'll give you other techniques as well. Like you can select something. Oh, sorry, I got hair in my eye. Select something using the mask. If you select something and then invert it and then use the gizmo to do something like this, right? Like you can just boom and then dynamesh it and then sculpt away at it. But I mean, like now that you have Sculptress Pro mode, like opening mouths is easy. Like you don't need to do that anymore. Seven. Looking at what you're making is kind of dinosaur and swanlight, maybe a bit vulture too. Nice! Nice. Ah. Alright. Now we have that guy. We can start working on other dynamesh pieces. You have done. Alright. Dynamesh Reno. It's a good thing I saved. I might be destroying this. Oh, no, we're good. The reason why that's happening, I had AccuCurve on the entire time. I usually like to, at this stage, sculpt using AccuCurve with Snakehook, specifically because it gives like it gives just like really strong, sharp shapes. So if you've never heard of AccuCurve, try playing around with it. You can get it in the brush menu. I know that the chat is in the way, so I'll just tell you, brush menu, into the curve menu. Wait, actually, can I put that here? Can you see it? If I do right here in the brush, curve, and AccuCurve is right here. There you go. Oh. Can I? Okay. Wow. No. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Kind of want to exaggerate that a little bit more, since we're going for some crazy shapes. Alright, this is a rare time that I will be disabling dynamic. Yeah, there we go. Wondering if I can get the shape looking kind of interesting on this end, though. Probably not. Just sort of one of those things that looks good here, but on side view. Tisk tisk. And let's see. Let's try some stuff. Is that? Oh. Oh, thank you, Jessica. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm happy to be back streaming as well. Alright, see you, Wipeout. Sorry if I missed you. Your personal favorite workflow is to button smash for a while and then lie down and have a good cry? Yeah. Yeah. I've been there. A lot. Ooh, Kurt Papstein's another really good one. Yeah, yeah, he's another really good one, good creature artist for sure. All right, I'm gonna put dynamic back on. I can't do it. Okay, I'm gonna save that. Get our little chicken boy. Get a little chicken boy. The shape pushing never stops. We're just gonna keep messing with the shape until there is no more shape to mess around with. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. Oh my god. Alice. Hi. Sorry. That was a lot. Oh, how you doing, girl? How are you? You have to double click collapse side menu and see. Yeah, I know. The double click, it trips me up, but I'm like so glad it's like that, because a lot of the time, like when I'm going over to the subtool, sometimes I just like click too early, and I've been clicking these things. And in previous versions, like the thing would just keep collapsing on me and I lose my crap. So now I'm happy that it's a double click now. When it comes to their shapes and form, you're asking this correctly because you're still learning how to make good form and shapes with your sculpts. What makes it interesting? Trust yourself. Honestly, okay, so interesting, I mean, there's a few things to keep in mind, right? Like a few things to keep in mind in terms of, is the line direction leading to where you want to go? Like, are the shapes leading to the area that you want to go? I like to have some sort of fluidity into my sculpts, as do a lot of people. And I usually aim the lines to the face, because like as people, like that's what we like to look at, right? Is like the face. The face is where we go. So if you have your lines kind of going there, which this internal line here could use some work to kind of like point in there. But like, you know, in general, this stuff is all kind of going down into where the face is, all of this up, this arm is still like, everything is just kind of like flowing in that sense. There's a little bit of work that still needs to be done, but I also like to, like, you know, in terms of shapes, avoid tangents, so things that are like parallel to each other, or just like barely touching. If you go into silhouette mode as well, let's get, so if you go into silhouette mode, you can pretty much see what's going on here. Like this is something that's in a sense interesting. It has work to do, obviously, but I'm just saying, like in terms of like an interesting shape, it's got an immediate read. That's one, but it's also very like strong. You're kind of like, whoa, what's that? And like I also like to either play with negatives or completely remove them. So right here, I'm probably gonna completely remove that negative, because it looks like it's just kind of distracting. So if we were to have, let's say, I'm probably gonna like get rid of that, but you see how that's like automatically stronger than that, because now you're focused here, but now you're focused on the whole shape, right? And so that's sort of the stuff that I'm talking about, is just, you know, trust yourself, but also think about the stuff that's happening in terms of your positives and negatives in your shapes. I don't know if I'm explaining this right. Chicken boy! The hands. Oh, thank you! I appreciate it. I appreciate it, girl. You've been with ZBrush for some years now and you've never used AccuCurve. Welcome to the AccuCurve Club! Turk Gizzard, Demon Lord of Giblets. I love it. I love it! I love it! Happy to catch you street. Oh! Oh! Oh, it's too dark for the stream? My bad. Here, let me... I like having it really dark, specifically so that it doesn't strain my eyes, but I can make it a little bit lighter. I didn't realize it was too dark for you guys. Here. Hopefully that's better. In silhouette, it's... Here, let's try it again. It should be a little bit better this time. Is that better? That should be better. That should be better. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like, you know, it's a stronger shape just in general. It all like comes right here. If you're playing with negatives, like a tangent, for example, in a negative would be something like this. Like that's annoying to look at. So it's nice to have sort of like that break, because then you can tell the different, like it reads better in terms of like shape. Up here, I think we can do a little bit of an adjustment to shape, like that flows better as well. And then also that can be pushed upwards, since this is being pushed upwards as well, to have that sort of like perkiness that the head has. I also don't advise doing a ton of sculpting in silhouette mode, because when you get out of silhouette mode, you're going to be in for a little bit of a surprise if you do a lot of sculpting in this mode, because you're not going to be getting the details that you want, and also you're pushing around things without knowing exactly where they are going. So don't advise a lot of that. But it's good to check occasionally. I don't have Windows 10, I have Windows 7. Yeah, it helps the eyes a lot. It just, I know the night mode helps a lot in Windows 10, but in terms of me not having Windows 10, I like to just make a like dark background. To a sculpt that you're almost stitching, so you're listening to me as a sculpt. Oh, great. I'm actually gonna take like a quick break though, I think. Because it is the midway point. Here we go. Here we go. Save. So I'm gonna take a quick break. Quick breakerinos. And I will be back. Backerinos. I'll probably bring the dog on. Yeah, Monty break. Yeah. I'll bring them on. I'll bring the Monty boy on after I'm done doing what I need to do in my break. Wait, can I outline this? Can I strike out? Does it outline? No, it doesn't, does it? Now I'm just looking at OBS right now. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. So, get up, stretch, and do your thing. Yeah, I'm gonna come back with the dog. Alright. Okay. The Monty has arrived. It is Monty break time. And he is Sleepy Boy once again. No. No, don't be bored. I am back. And I have Fuzzy. I have Fuzzy Wuzzy. Oh, hi, Zerius. I didn't realize that you're here. How are you doing? Oh, you're working on a creature box creature? Yeah, those are actually really, really great, great concepts to work from in terms of, like, strong shapes and stuff like that. They're really, really great. Voila! The Monty. He's such a cuddle bear. He's such a good boy. Aren't you? Yeah. So all the borks that you hear in the background, that's this boy. That's this boy. He is the goodest of boys. Until somebody else that is not me or my boyfriend tries to pet him, in which case he becomes the world's biggest a-hole. But we're working on it. We're working on it. We're working on it. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes. He is Sleepy Boy. He is Sleepy Boy. Yeah. He's a corgi. He's making, like, sleepy grunts. Are you a sleepy boy? Fun fact, did you know corgis have, like, some of the worst dog farts in the existence of dog barks? I don't know if that's actually, like, a true fact or not, but, that's what I think. Why did automod prevent your chat from being sent? I don't know. You might have said something, like, had, like, a keyword. It's weird. Automod can be weird sometimes. Oh, big yawn! Big yawn, baby! Yes! The word doge? Or doggo? I don't know. I have no idea why. Sorry. Doggy? Doggy isn't allowed? Oh, that's weird. I don't really know why. Makes you miss your 2 German Shepherds back home? Yeah. Whenever there's, like, a time that you're away from your dogs for too long, it's just, like, an immediate, like, I need my pupper. You bring so much happiness. Yes, you do. But you also bring so much stress to me when I'm outside with you. Because he's reactive. He doesn't look like it. He's so good with me. He's an angel when he's in here. But then you go outside and things change. You used to love dogs as a child, then an old friend, dogs of your... Aww. Oh, yeah, it happens. It has to happen eventually. I don't like thinking about it. Do not like thinking about it at all. Hi. Oh, there's a big boy. Okay. Alright. Have you guys got your Monty fix now? You got your Monty fix? You got the cuddles? The cuddle fix out? Can I put him back and get back to sculpting now? That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. You wanna say goodbye? You wanna say goodbye? Oh, baby boy. Bye-bye. Bye, Jack. Bye-bye. Boy. Bye-bye. Alright. Oh, there we go. Alright. There we go. Alright. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Alright. Alright, get rid of the BRB thing. Who waved to Monty? I waved to Monty. No. Yeah, he's my favorite. I love him so much. I don't think I've ever loved anything as much as I love that dog. It's insane. I always feel so bad if I'm not doing everything I possibly can for him, which is rare. I usually try to give him as much as I can, much attention as I can. But he's so nice. He's so sweet. Until we get outside. I keep saying that. It's just like, as soon as we're outside, it's like a different story. This boy. Doggo stream is expected? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Monkey in 2 minutes on ZBrush? What? His name's Monty. Like Monty Python. We're actually doing like a specific type of training method with him to try and get him more comfortable with people. And that involves just some of our friends coming over and like literally just chucking chicken at the ground and not looking at him. That's all it is. Just out front, just here's some chicken. And it's a very slow process because he's a very untrusting boy. But he's so sweet with me and my boyfriend, so it's good where it counts, but it's also very, very, very annoying to walk him, which we have to walk him multiple times a day because he has so much energy. But it's always like, I'm exhausted by the end of the walk all the time because every single time he like looks at a person, he gets a little bit like triggered, a little bit reactive. And so I have to like pick up a stick and be like, hey, look, it's a stick. Ah, let's go. Try and get him like not focused on it because he's not very food driven when he's outside because he's too anxious. Yeah, it's work. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it because he's the best cuddle buddy ever. Oh, you liked Next Gen? Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't write it, but I worked on a lot of the characters. The chicken torture method? How is he around young kids? Honestly, we haven't tried getting him to be around young kids. Like, that's not something that's on our bucket list. Right now, it's just like, get him okay with just a few people first. I don't know. You saw my name in the credits? Yay! Yay! I'm in the credits for Sculptor and Surfacer. Because I did both of those things. What's so cute? This thing's cute? You have a warped sense of cute if you think this thing is cute. But hey, so do I, so I'm not gonna judge you. Or were you talking about my doggo? Oh, you're talking about Monty, okay. Hey, well, you don't think this thing's cute? And now I'm offended. And paused the movie and said, there she is! Stop it. Yes, it is indeed correct, Black Hippie. It is indeed correct. Like, I'm not gonna talk too much about, like, how it was made on this stream specifically. I might, like, when I start streaming again on my channel, I might go into that a little bit more, and talk a little bit more about that. But for now, it was, like, I used ZBrush to sculpt the characters, though, that I did. So did my colleague and friend, Celso. We both use ZBrush to do the sculpting. But yeah, the movie itself was made in Blender. Literally not going to respond to any of these things while I'm on the Pixo channel. Alright. Let's take a look at this stuff right in here. Boop, boop, boop. Hey Prabha, how are you doing? Oop, yes. Okay. Let's downmesh this. Good. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. Whoop. Hey Renderman, do you have terrible nightmares? Some of your creatures suggest yes. I used to have really bad nightmares. I have not had a bad nightmare for a few years now, which is great. Knock on wood. Don't want to have another, I don't want to start having them again. I used to get like severe sleep paralysis and that sucked. But I don't have that anymore. You have work tomorrow. All right, see you, Ahmed. Have a great sleep. You're gonna be very tired. Hope you have coffee. All right, see you, Maximus. Have a great night as well. You can only make it for the second half of the stream. That's okay, Maple. That's totally fine. You're still here. So how you doing? Bling. My eyes. Ooh. Yeah, I tend to hurt my eyes a lot. It's not good. I need to look away from the screen more often. What's the secret for having nightmares? I don't know. I don't want to know the secret for having nightmares. I don't want a nightmare. Nightmares suck. They literally suck. Flux? No, I should definitely use that though. I saw that. It looks like it'll probably help a lot with my eyes. Nice to be back doing ZBrush. Yeah, it feels good, doesn't it? Avenged Sevenfold can help you hear nightmares. Okay, alright. I'll keep that in mind. I keep messing this part up. Stop that. Stop it. There we go. Do I ever use Z spheres? Yes, I do. Only for like really specific situations though. I remember before I used to do this kind of thing, I use Z spheres a lot. Like if I'm blocking out like an existing concept or whatever, it can be pretty useful. But yeah, for the most part, it's just left for specific situations. Can probably, I'll just sculpt on top of this. There we go. I mean, yeah, technically we wouldn't have this flap anyways. Ugh, get rid of that. We'll just get rid of it. If we're thinking about flaps. There we go. Boom. Done. Fix that stupid thing. I was like, why doesn't this look right? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, because it's not what happens with anatomy, you dum-dum. Sometimes I have like derp moments where I completely forget how this area works, which is so stupid. It's so stupid. There we go. We can have that kind of a flap. That's fine. That's totally fine. That can come in there. And then this one. Get under there. There we go. I'm not gonna get too specific because we only have so much time to sculpt this guy. Just getting things completely accurate. It's not gonna be a thing. But again, like, it's a monster, so what is accuracy? Thanks, Martin. How are you doing? And thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Ken. How are you? Heavy and very oily food right before bed really hypes nightmares. Well, I'll also remember that. If you don't get nightmares, it means you don't get to the rapid eye movement stage of sleeping. Meaning, what? No, that's not true. That is not true at all. You don't need to have nightmares in order to be in REM. If you're in REM, it just, like, you can start dreaming. It doesn't mean that you're going to remember said dreams, but it doesn't necessarily need to be a nightmare. A nightmare is just, like, terrifying. It's really not a great experience at all. Can I make some tutorials of realistic anatomy? I mean, there's already so many tutorials out there, like affordable ones of realistic anatomy. I just feel like it would be redundant if I started doing something like that. Do you ever prepare base meshes outside of ZBrush and bring them in for sculpting? I used to. I don't, like, I mean, if I'm in production and there is a, you know, like an existing mesh, like maybe I need to make a generic character and there's a mesh that I need to use in order to maintain topology for riggers or whatever, then I would use it like an Uber mesh. Then I would, yeah, I would just bring that out from Maya or whatever it is. Sometimes I used to have to do like clothing blockouts or prop blockouts or stuff like that. It was just a lot faster. But now that I'm like fluent enough in ZBrush, I feel like it's actually easier for me to just do stuff in ZBrush, unless it is, like I said, like an Uber mesh that I need to use for production or something like that. Why do sculptors take anatomy so seriously when working on surreal concepts? Isn't the whole idea supposed to be that it's unreal and unlike anything in the real world? To an extent, right? Like, it depends on, like, how otherworldly you're thinking it's going to be. If it's supposed to be, like, something completely fantasy-based, then like totally out there. I'm not talking about medieval fantasy. I'm talking about like, this is something like super, super weird and abstract. Then you can do whatever you want as long as you set that up at the beginning and you're saying, hey, like this is like something like really abstract. But the thing is, like, I'm like with something like this, like it can be abstract. Some of the things that I've done have been pretty abstract, but you know, when you're looking at a creature that might be in a film or something like that, and you know, you're looking at its muscle structure, it just looks better, it feels better, it functions better if it's based off of things you know and understand in real life. So if you understand how muscles work, what the reason is, why you can lift your arm this way, you know, why certain muscles activate and, you know, don't activate during picking up things or pushing things and stuff like that, you're gonna start to understand, well, not just understand, but be able to create more believable fake creatures, if you will. And, you know, if you were to look at an arm from somebody, like let's say a creature arm from somebody that knows nothing, literally nothing about anatomy, and then they said this creature is going to go to film, you're going to look at that, like if that arm, that creature's arm was in the film and you're looking at it and there was no anatomy knowledge put into it whatsoever, you, like as a viewer, the standard viewer will be able to look at that and be like, how does that move? Right? It doesn't need to be 100% accurate to things that exist in the world, but it does need to have a basis, unless, like I said, you're doing something completely abstract and out of here, right? But again, like if there's a movie that says like this is like really abstract, you know, like we're in the 5th dimension or whatever, then who cares about muscle structure? You can do whatever the heck you want. You can have it like just like have just like particles flying around if you want, and that could be a creature. Like it doesn't matter, you can do whatever you want in that case. But because things a lot of the time, like movies, are grounded on planets that are, you know, based on the physics of this universe, then you want things that exist in this universe and mash them together, right? So you need to understand that way. When is ZBrush Summit? It's at the end of September, I think. Hold on. ZBrush Summit. ZBrush Summit is September 27 until September 30th. So, yeah. I'm not going to be there this year. I'll be on Twitch. Just being in Twitch chat like I am. Always. It's too expensive for me to get down there right now. Land of Flip Normals YouTube has some good anatomy videos. Yes, Flip Normals, go check them out. Yes. Hey Thunder, how are you doing? You lift your arm that way because of your delts and lats. See, somebody knows. Somebody understands. Once again, I am not a part of the Sculpt-Off. No, I'm not. Who needs that kind of stress in their life? I will watch and I will cheer everyone on from afar. I think, is Danny gonna be in the Sculpt-Off? Who are the Sculpt-Off people? I wanna know. Who are Sculpt-Off? See, contestants. Alina is one of our presenters here on Pixelogic and ZBrushLIVE. She's gonna be a contestant. Actually, here, guys, I'll just share screen. We can go through all of them. These are the contestants for the Sculpt-Off. This is the organic section. So we've got Marlon, Alina, Cameron, Danielle, Donna, Igor, Leroy, Leslie, Lucas, Pablo. Oh my gosh. All these people, dude. Like, these people are insanely good too. Like, I'm glad I'm not in this. It would destroy me. It would literally destroy me. Okay, so then let's see who's in hard surface. Christian, Daniel, David, Eddie, Frederick, Hugo, James, Julio, Kenny, Martin, Matt, and Miguel. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is this like the first time Furio is not a part of that? Wait, he's not, right? Like, I didn't call out his name. No. Oh my goodness. So, the past champions. Oh, he could win it again. Marlon could win it again. We will see. And of course, Raph Grissetti, Paul, yeah, all of these people. It's like, of course. Heavy breathing. I'm just here like, I don't know. I'm good. It's fine. I think I'd just be like profusely sweating the whole time. Everybody would be like, you know, what the frig is that smell? Like, it's not me, it's me, it's me, it's not me, it's me, it's me, it's not me. Nah, no, I don't think Danny's gonna be in the Sculpt Off. I thought he was for some reason. I don't know why. Didn't someone win it like 3 years in a row? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, the champions, everybody is going to be there. Or, oh, to give the belt over? I think there's a new belt every single time. Like, you get a new, or do you, like, hand it over? I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't remember. If everybody was given the same concepts to work on. Well, I mean, it's like themed, right? Like everybody's like under the same theme. Last year was, what's it called? Alice in Wonderland was last year. So that was pretty interesting to see what everybody was doing. Bork! Oh no! What is it, Monty? Did somebody exit their building? Is there somebody outside? Is it the wind? Whatever could it be? Whatever could it be this time? It's the roulette of what is Monty barking at? It literally could be anything, because everything is scary. Everyone was going on their own different concept. Yeah, no, last year, it seems to be always, like, themed, or maybe they just started doing the themed thing recently, but yeah, it's a theme. What my computer specs, because you think ZBrush needs a power... No, it doesn't need a powerful computer. I have a 780 Ti graphics card. I only have 16 gigs of RAM, and my processor is an i7 4K, 4790. Has Raphael Rossetti ever done a sculpt off? Would love to see him. Yeah, he has. He won one. He won one. The anchor is amazing. Do you mean like how the See, the anchor. Do you mean this? Well, regardless, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. I should unmesh these. Ooh. Whoop. Oops. Chicken boy at the door. You want to see? Oh. Okay, so you're doing a demon horn, but other than the shape, you really don't know what to do. There's a lot of different things that you can look at. You can look at rams. Rams have really, really cool horns. So when I'm like doing, like, you know, kind of demon horn looking things, usually, here, let's see. Ram. Look at an image of a ram. Oh. Shows me computer parts. You have to type in ran animal. And then we'll get one of these guys. I'm just gonna get some images open so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about in terms of like crazy horns. Alright, so here we go. So there's like lots of different things that you can do. Like if you just kind of like look up horns of different animals. So this is just a standard, like, you know, it's a mountain ram. They've got like these really cool little nubs that come off, but in like for the most part the shape is pretty intact. You can see that here, like the shape is really solid. Like it's a very like big solid piece of bone, and where you're gonna get any of like the horn feel is where all of like this kind of surface detail starts to come in. So you get like a little bit of like the big cracks happening right here, like the big sort of shallow ones, and then you've got lots of little tiny ones running in both directions. So it's actually sort of like a crosshatch, and that can make it look like a horn. This one has a little bit more of like the deep indents, so you can actually use like the Damien standard and just kind of like go through on the horn, make like, you know, indents like that as well. And then if you want, use the move tool to create a little bit of like a variance in terms of that. So then this looks like it could have been like completely straight, and then you take the move tool and then push it, and then push it up, right? Push it down and then push it up. You can kind of see that happening right there. And then like an Impala, like this, it's like sort of like a tinier horn, but you can see like the shape is kind of there as well. And again, the shape is really strong, but this time instead of cutting inwards, you're pushing outwards, so you're adding ridges onto the bone as well. So you could think about it that way too. It really just like your main idea is get the shape strong and then either take away from it or add to it. Think about ridges, and just, yeah, sculpt on top of it that way. So that's what I would say. Oop. Upgrading my computer? Yeah, I gotta do that very soon. I really got to. I'll probably be building a whole new rig, to be honest. With anatomy on creatures, when and where does the creative freedom come into making the anatomy unique? I'd say how, like, that's like a really complicated question. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to just kind of like answer that. It comes down to just like common sense when you're thinking about things like how they move, you know, like you want, like, if you're combining different types of animals together, think about how those different types of animals move. Like, you know, maybe if you're combining a crocodile with a horse, I don't know why you'd be doing that, but if you're doing that, whatever. In that case, crocodiles actually have a completely different leg system than horses do. Lizards and reptiles in general, like their legs are splayed outwards. Like it's like this, right? Like this is how their legs are, and then it moves like this, side to side. There's no like, you know, like moving like this. Like they do this sort of a thing. Whereas horses are straight up and down, right? And they will do that. So there's a different muscle structure there, but if you can combine them, so like maybe like some of the muscles of the crocodile make sense, you know, in the hind legs. If the attachment looks convincing to the horse's body, then you're fine. Like, you can make up how it attaches, but also keep in mind that typically, you know, you can probably like stretch some skin in some areas or whatever, right? Like you try and think about how things attach in real life, and you just try to apply that as best as you can to things that you're combining together. Like you have to use your common sense, and that is sort of that's sort of like that comes from just doing a lot of anatomy studies. And I still have a long ways to go, because some of the things that I've done in the past, like even up to now, like it's still like I look at it and I'm like, you know, that actually doesn't make much sense. Like that probably wouldn't move. So and then I know I need to study more in that area as well. I think you guessed 01. Yeah, you do art and build a PC. So I mean, building a PC is not like super hard nowadays, because like there's so much like help and resources online. I mean, like I guess, like, you know, if you tried building a PC like years ago, you probably would have like had like a really hard time. But now, like, you know, I don't even need to like really think about what kind of parts I'm putting into it, other than like price range, because like there's things like PC Part Picker where I can just like keep track of like everything that is like compatible with everything, which was one of like the hardest things before I used PC Part Picker. I was just like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if this is gonna work with this. Does this have the like this PCI port? Like, oh, you know, like just like freaking out and not knowing if things would be working with the other components that I have. And now, like, it's it's not as big of a problem. It's just sort of like sitting down and doing it that is, it's like, it's getting on my nerves, because like I know it's gonna take a lot of time to figure out what it is that I want. And also, like, you know, like get something that's good in my price range. So I don't know. I don't mind spending up to like 2K on a PC, honestly, because it's like an investment in this field, but it is still freaking expensive. Ooh. Oh, yeah, sure. If you guys want to follow me, how can I put this in? Well, I guess, hold on. Let me type a thing, and I'll put it on the screen. Let's do boop, boop. Yeah, and guess on my page. Everything is different because A cubed is like taken by a bunch of like random accounts that like don't do anything. They just sit with the name A cubed. So I have like a different name on everything, which makes it very annoying for people to find me, but you know, sometimes you just have to swing with the punches, whatever. It's fine. Silliness. And a lot of social media things, like they just don't wanna help you get what you need. Okay, let me like turn the font up on this guy right here. Alright, here we go. Share screen. There you go. It's there on the screen. If you want any of that, that's where you can find me on all of those things. So have fun. I'll answer some questions. Sorry for the complicated question. You're trying to say like a humanoid creature has the same anatomy as a human, but like their bones and muscles could be different in shape or something like that. Well, the thing is, like, if it's a humanoid, then the thing that makes sense is to keep it like a human, right? Like to keep the muscle structure sort of working the same. If you understand, like, you know, your anatomy pretty well, then you know how you can stretch certain muscles, and you can kind of like put them into different places and things like that. It doesn't necessarily need to stay as a human, like you're saying. It has like different shapes and stuff like that. But I would say that again, like, it comes down to like common sense. Like you can make decisions as an artist that are different than other people's anatomical decisions when it comes to creature work. There isn't necessarily a right or wrong, but there are certain decisions that you can make that make more sense, or in a design sense maybe look better. But you're really only going to get this, not like this sense of what works, is if you're going to do your studies and you start to understand how different muscle groups interact with each other. Other than that, like, I can't really tell you for like a surefire way of like how to make sure your muscles for humanoids look good. Like, I don't know, because it depends on what you're making. It really depends, and I can't go through like every single type of creature here. I hope that helps. I don't know. Sorry if that was a bad answer. There are also companies that do it for you. I prefer that just let the guys that know do it, even though I have knowledge on how to build one. Yeah, no. I understand that. And I did that a little bit. Like, I got some of the guys to, like, at there's this place like called Canada Computers, like for my rig. I got them to assemble some of the things. Like, I was really nervous about the processor, like seating the processor, the CPU rather. That was something that got me really nervous. So I was like, hey, can you guys just do it for me? Because like, I can't, like, I just get anxiety. Like, I think I'm gonna like break a pin. Like, it's really hard for me to do. So yeah, I got them to do that, and the rest of the stuff, like, you know, wire management, they did that for my power supply, because it's a modular power supply, so it still has like some random cords that are like flying off in the middle of space nowhere land. So I got them to kind of like clean that up for me a little bit, because I suck at my wire management as well, but then everything else I did myself, because those are the two things that I'm just like but everything else is like whatever. It's fine. Just kind of like plug and play. You just have to, sometimes you just have to like reseat the RAM 20 times before it works. Have I ever used ZBrush and Blender as a workflow? You're curious as to what my opinion on how capable it is for producing animation. Do you think it's complete enough to accomplish animation? Hey Shroom, so you're coming to the right person for that, actually. You're the right spot for that question, specifically because yes, I just got off of a production that we just released, a movie that was all done in Blender. However, as a sculptor, I use ZBrush to do sculpting work, because Blender's sculpting is, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions, not great. It's not like it doesn't have the finesse that something like ZBrush does. ZBrush is just like phenomenal for sculpting, and that's why I'm even here right now, just because it's like it's such a good program for that. But yeah, I would sculpt in ZBrush, and then in Blender for that production, the retopology would happen. I was not responsible for the retopology because I was a concept sculptor, and then I moved on to surfacing after I was done that. The film that I'm talking about is Next Gen. and it's on Netflix if you want to check that out. That's one, like, it's a big animation production that was produced in Blender. But again, like I said, I did sculpting in ZBrush, so that is the ZBrush Blender workflow that I was a part of. Yes, A-cubed art, Ken, yeah. So one of them is A-cubed art, A3 art, underscore A dot cubed underscore. It's hard. It's hard work. Your humanoid muscles look great. Have you been hitting the gym, Thunder? They pay me to say that? No, they don't, actually. They do not pay me to say that. I don't get paid to be here. I'm just here because I like to be here. Yeah, I was a character concept sculptor on Next Gen, and I also was a character surfacing artist on Next Gen. And I will probably be publishing my renders for some of the sculpts that I did soon, but I probably won't be posting any surfacing work because I forgot to get turntables of that before I left the project and stuff. So like, I don't want to try and get them or whatever. It's fine. Like, you can see the surfacing work in the movie. Call this creature Turkey Gimp Beast. Okay. Vertebrates have similar anatomical structure and, adjust to your fit. Yes, yeah. Basically. What did I work on in Next Gen? Okay, I have like a list of stuff. I mean, I always forget what are my characters. I sculpted Momo, Rice, Pin, Molly, RJ, Annie, Sadako, Wang Nima, Baby May, and a bunch of hero props and generics, and I surfaced with, like, you know, because all the surfacing tasks were shared between the three of us on the surfacing team in-house, but I surfaced Rice, Pin, Wang Nima, May, and a bunch of generics, Baby May, Rick, Greenwood, RJ, and Junior. And I'm, like I said, I'm probably forgetting, like, a lot of stuff. I just, like, I can't remember everything that I did because I don't have access to Shotgun anymore, but, yeah, that's essentially the stuff that I care about anyways. Oh, yeah, I did a lot of, like, so a lot of the wrinkles that you see on, any of the characters' clothes, like in the arms or, like, around like the center and stuff like that, I kind of like helped Rigging develop a manual like a blend shape corrective fold thing, if you will, and I had to do a lot. I had to make a lot of fold maps. That was painful, but other than that, like, it was, yeah. On the turkey tentacle monster looks great. Oh, thank you. Do I get money every time you watch it? No, but you can watch it as many times as you like. I mean, I didn't write it, I didn't direct it, I'm not, like, responsible for the whole film. I just, like, that's what I did on it. Like, in terms of, like, concept, again, somebody took my concept sculpt and retopologized it. So, like, I didn't do the model, I did the concept sculpt. You liked Momo? Yeah, Momo was that one, I feel very close to Momo, because, like, I think I got a lot of say in how that guy turned out. That was pretty awesome. Instagram, you're a beginner, you're quite fascinated by the techniques you're using now to make that membrane. Look at the arms and the monster. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. I'll get back to sculpting. We good with this? I can put this away now? I can put this away? Momo was the dog? Yeah, he was the doggo. How did I get on the team for Next Gen? Oh man, that's a story. That's a story. In short, I'll just say in short, which I'll save like the whole long version for my stream whenever I do that. I'll just save this, whatever. We'll save that. because I'm sure I'll have to bring it up again at some point. What was I saying? What was I talking about? How did I get on the team? Yeah, in short, the production, or the studio that I was working at before that went under, and there was a bunch of, I think I was kind of talking about how that studio went under earlier this stream. There was like a bunch of hiring things that had started to happen, and like, you know, there was 500 of us just like all randomly spazzing around looking for jobs. And this was one of the interviews that I took, and it was at a bar, and I kind of was just like in the bar and they took my resume and stuff like that, and then I got a call back. Well, not a call back, but an email. I got an email and they said, come to this bar. And so then I went to the second bar, and then I met the team at that bar, and then like 2 days passed and I get a call with an offer, and that's how I got on the team. Does that sound bad? I don't know. He's kind of like a mix of like, I don't know what kind of dog, like a Frenchie, a pug. A Frenchie was like the main inspiration, like a French bulldog. But then like there was also pug, and I had really gone ham with the initial concept with like putting piranha in him, so he like really looked very piranha like in the first concept, and then as it progressed it like toned down a little bit more. But that was also like before we really knew what the film was, you know, what it was gonna look like, because I was on at the very beginning of the film, which was very cool to be on that early. I enjoyed it. And the directors and the producer, like everybody spoiled the art department with Cintiqs that were 27 inches. Massive Cintiqs. I felt so lucky. I was so happy. Scary delicious. Well, you know, Thanksgiving is coming up. At least Canadian Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed working there. I thoroughly enjoyed working there. 10 out of 10, would do it again. I actually had to leave the studio at around the 1 year-ish mark. A little bit over a year. I was working at the studio. I had to leave in-house, and I went to Montreal, and they said, hey, can we still get your help while you're in Montreal? And I was like, yeah, sure, but I can't be in-house. And they were like, that's fine, we'll just have Skype calls. And so then I continued my work from Montreal for the film for a few months as well, which was hecka cool. And that's how I got started on my freelance journey. So thanks, Tangent. Gotta head to work. All right, see ya, Harpy. Have a great work shift thing. Wow, that was bad. I'm sorry. Have a good time at work. Make your money. Where would I go to get solid feedback nowadays? Well, there's lots of places you can go if you want like really good like feedback from communities. Like, I mean, you can go to Polycount. Polycount's really good at that. The forums, anyways, if you can get a response. I don't know how great the responses are right now. Solid feedback. I mean, I feel like I don't, oh man, that's kind of like tricky for me because I feel like because I already have some sort of like a follower base that is just like anywhere I post I can get feedback if I wanted to, because like you guys are there. But just starting out, yeah, I'd say Polycount is a good one. Polycount forums. ZBrush Central, actually, like that's a place that you can post your sculpts if you want. Some streamers, like if you can find some streamers, they have Discords. Like I have a Discord as well, but I don't give out a ton of feedback on my Discord. People post their work, and when other members can or have the time, they are usually there to help. But not everybody gets their feedback. But if you find anybody else who streams, who has like, who ZBrush streams or whatever, you can, they probably have a Discord. It's usually like you should find some smaller groups. In fact, you could probably find a bunch of people in these streams that actually have groups like that where they just give each other feedback. Like I'm sure there's stuff on other people's streams. Did I use Shotgun for the entire production on Next Gen? If so, what do you think of using it for a full project as an end user? I thoroughly enjoy Shotgun, but sometimes it started to get confusing because I feel like that, you know, it wasn't the only time that I've used Shotgun. Like I used Shotgun for a few other productions before that as well, and for the most part, it's pretty organized, but when it comes to like finding complete shots and, you know, like animation in progress, play blasts and stuff like that, it can get a little confusing just in terms of like navigating the thing and figuring out like where everything is, because again, like if not everybody knows exactly where to post things, it just starts getting like you can imagine like a production of like 500 people, like everybody's just, or okay, not 500, I've never been on a production of 500 people, like, you know, 100 people, sorry, and then everybody starts posting their stuff and some people might not know where they're supposed to post, or, you know, maybe it wasn't clear and then they posted in somebody else's department and it's just that could get a little bit much. And I find that the tagging system is a little bit weird as well. That's a personal preference. All right, power nap. Have a good power nap, Y Maple. The movie did not get closure about the robot understanding dogs, or did it? I don't. I mean, it's kind of there. I feel like it's kind of there, where, well, I don't want to, I'm not gonna spoil anything. That's true. I'm not gonna spoil anything. No spoilers. Just watch it for yourself. What would your recommendation be for human anatomy? Any specific book that helped you a lot? Well, there's lots of stuff. I personally really enjoyed dynamic anatomy, when I was in school. What's it called? Or Anatomy for Sculptors is a good one as well. Anatomy for Sculptors. Ooh, caps. Dynamic anatomy. It's good, and then let's see. Let's get another one. Where's So I went to animation school, so a lot of it like had to do with what's it called? What is it called? Gesture, that's what it is. And then there's also this one. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. So these are the ones. There's this one, Anatomy for Sculptors, right? This one's good. This one's really good as well. I feel like life drawing is kind of important as well. Like maybe you don't have to go and do life drawing, but like having like this gestural sort of approach to anatomy, especially at first, can really help you settle in, because like the thing is when you start doing like, this one's also a good book, by the way, Dynamic Anatomy. So those are my 3 picks, which before I was struggling so hard. Anytime somebody asked me, like I struggle so hard to remember names of things, so I made sure to be like, no, these are my anatomy books that I like. But yeah, this is what I would say. Get these if you can, whatever. But yeah, I moved from animation in school to sculpting. I just didn't want to be an animator anymore. Sculpting caricature in ZBrush. Oh, I don't know if I have really like advice for that kind of a thing. Just caricature in general. I don't know. All right, good night, room. Have a great sleep. But yeah, all those, check these ones out. Gesture, and I think the gestural things are very important, because then you're not focused on just like making this stiff, like muscle, like accurate, like thing. It's more about like the shape and the flow of the model. And so that's where I started. That's where I started off, is just like, you know, gestural things, not necessarily focusing on how muscles like, you know, interacted and stuff like that, and which like groups were like, you know, named this or whatever. Like, yeah, in like the first year of college, it was like I had like this really intense test. Everybody did in my class. We had like this really intense test where we had to know like the name of like every single muscle and like every single bone or whatever. It was like ridiculous, and I don't even remember all of that, because like to me the names like is like, sure, it's important, but also like if you I don't know how to explain it. Like if you understand gesture, then you're also working with proportion and just like general shape, and it's sort of like in a simplified manner, and you're just getting a feeling of movement, you're getting a feeling of confidence in sculpting and drawing, whatever that you're approaching it as. Yeah, you're just, it's better. I would recommend you try gesture, like it's called gestural drawing or gestural sculpting if you can. This one's like really good for that kind of stuff. This one obviously focuses more on like specific anatomy. Like you can even see from like this front cover like how it's like individual muscles and stuff like that. And then this one's just like really breaking it down for you, sort of an idea, and it's very straightforward in terms of looking at shapes underlying. But I would really recommend trying to go gestural. It helps a lot with not just the self-confidence as a sculptor, but you're just, you know, getting through the hump of like initially learning anatomy. Because then it's not as much pressure. It's just about making something that has good flow and rhythm. So like I say, like, you know, over and over again, you can always add the anatomy in after. If the design is there, if the flow is there, that's great. Now you can add in what works afterwards, and the same applies to how you're learning, because really, you're in the art field, and what matters is, does it look good? Does it look cool? Does it have flow, rhythm? Are the shapes good? Make you understand what the character is? Great. Awesome. But it doesn't make sense anatomically. Okay, well now you can start adding in that stuff because you've got, you know, that's how I think anyways. Other artists might disagree with me, and to each their own, but everybody learns differently. So that's how I think it's easier, personally, rather than taking an anatomy book, looking at like a full human in like a pose like this and being like just copying it, you know, like, yeah, okay, sure, but really, like, I feel like that sort of way of doing things doesn't really stick. It doesn't stick in your head unless you're doing it over and over again, and oh my god, boring, right? So what makes you learn the best is when you're not bored to death of what you're doing. Anatomy studies don't have to be boring. They shouldn't be boring, actually. So that's where the gestural thing comes in, because then it makes it fun, it makes it artistic, it makes it engaging. Anyways, that's a personal opinion. I know other artists would disagree with me, so to each their own. But if you learn like I do, then take that into consideration. Hey, Shane! Oh my gosh, sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. Hi guys! If you guys don't know who Shane is, please go and follow him. He's got a lot of like really good like tutorials in general on character creation in a very, very simple and easy to follow way. So he's another presenter here on ZBrushLIVE as well. Please go and give him a look-see. Shane Olsen. Very good. If you don't know him, which I don't know why you wouldn't. Sorry, I've been running my mouth so much. I think I apologize for that every single stream. I guess that's why everybody's here, right? But like also, like, I feel like I haven't really been doing my art. I haven't really been sculpting too much. It should not be going that way. Stop that. There we go. There we go. Crossover. Down. Boom. So, like I was saying before, tangents, not really something that I am a fan of. Not the company, I mean the art thing that happens. The problem that is this. Sorry, I'll look at chat in a second. I want to fix this thing. I want to fix the heck out of this. Get in there. Yeah, I know, everybody knows Shane. I still do the shout out, so. Am I a doctor or an artist? Yeah, I know, I was always asking myself that while I was in school taking these tests. Like, I don't even remember most of the stuff, too. It was just like such a technical way of approaching it, and I was not on board, and I just sucked at it. But like, I just sucked at life drawing so bad until third year. And in third year, I met a new friend, and his approach to life drawing was really cool, where he would literally just like do strong, sharp lines to block something out. And after that, it was just like, it like clicked, because again, like, I realized that I'm better thinking sculpturally than I am thinking in 2D. And when I think sculpturally, things just make a lot more sense. So the way that he was approaching it was a lot more sculptural, and sharp, and just you know, it wasn't like technical, right? It was just like, feel it, you know, and that worked for me. It just worked for me. You know, some people, the technical thing works for them, but I just feel like gesture is so important. And they were like, not to say that my teacher in school wasn't trying to teach me gesture, and everybody gesture, but it's the way that he taught it that just didn't really make any sense to me. So, and that's not saying that he's a bad teacher. It's just every student will learn differently, right? And I'm a bit of a spaz, and I like to work like a spaz. So if somebody isn't teaching me like a spaz, then I don't know, I get stupid. Like, I get really dumb. Yeah, it's pretty evil. Zomac! Wait, is it Zomac? Where's Zomac? Oh, it is Zomac! Hi, Zomac! How are you? How are you? Looking wonderful. Oh, thank you! I appreciate it, Shane. Hi, Muno. How are you? Oh, thank you! Oh my gosh, your whole family enjoyed it. That's so cool. Thanks, Shane. That means a lot, and it would mean a lot to the whole team too if they were here seeing that comment. But it is just me. It is just little ol' I, but I thank you. Ooh, here comes the God machine. Okay. Ugh. Ugh, stretchy. Ban Zomax. Whoa, Mort is still up. Oh my god, what is it, like 8,000 o'clock over there? What the hell? Also, hi. Hi, how you doing, Zomax? How you doing? How you doing, friend? Alright, so I don't really know what these things are. I'm trying to think right now. What do I want them to be? I think I'm gonna flesh this guy out a little bit more. Let's get, well, also, I don't know what's going on. Sorry. I don't know what's going on down here. Let's try and get something happening. Ooh. Ooh, he's wearing ballerina shoes. Aw, so cute. Doing a pirouette. Pirouette? Stop it. Stop while your head. Just stop. Stop trying to say it. Pirouette. No, stop. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to say it. So, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Hey, Near, how you doing? Thanks for the answer. No worries, Shroom. No worries. Black Swan Chicken Boy. Blame me for your weird you just go to sleep. It's fine. You're fine. You gotta sleep. It's not good. 8,000 o'clock is not good. Fixing this foot. Just the last thing I do, which it might actually be. We'll see. Because it is not looking good. Fork. Alright, thanks Mort, I appreciate it. I hope you have a good sleep. You're about to go to bed when you saw Chicken Boy, then you're laughing so much you decided to grab another coffee, forget about the bed. No, no, don't, no, go to sleep. Oh, oh. Am I allowed to post my stuff from next gen? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I gotta just like make renders and stuff for it, and then I'll have like an ArtStation post at some point. I don't know when, but when I get around to it, you know, I've fallen into an MMO hole called Black Desert Online, and I need to get out and stop playing it, but I can't. I can't. I'm addicted. Oh. I need help. Ease. Jurassic Park meets Independence Day vibes. Ah, sweet. That's cool. Quit BDO now, and it's bad. It's really bad for social lives and wallet size. No, I haven't, like, the game was $6. I've been playing for a bit, and I haven't had any urge to spend any more money on it. But yeah, it's bad for my social life. I mean, I didn't have one to begin with, so... Oh no, Thunder. Sleep and wait a bit. If you go down, you'll be wrestling with Chicken Boy in your dream. No! It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Don't tell me it's my fault. It's not my fault. Yeah, see? Chicken Boy is a lover, not a fighter. He just wants to hug you with his... these things. You're skipping sleep too? No, stop it. Stop skipping. Don't. You need your sleep, guys. It's important. You gotta get your sleep. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Alright, let's get into some fun detail stuff. Oh, we only have 23 minutes left. Hands built for tender caresses, yeah. Oh, sorry, I keep getting my hair in my eye. Don't know if sleep is important, but it's needed for muscle growth. And that is why you need to sleep, because you want your muscles to grow. Oh my god, did I really get an eyelash in my eye again? Every single stream! Oh, thank you, Alex. I really appreciate it as I'm sticking my finger in my eyeball. How are you? Ah! You really sleep? You rarely sleep? What? No, what? No, don't. Okay, first of all, I hate that mindset. I hate it so much. I hate that. I hate, like, oh, you're an artist. I don't sleep because I'm always working. Like, it's not healthy. It's not a healthy mindset to have. It's not good. Yeah, I'm gonna go off because this is sort of like it. Even in school, like, okay, specifically in school, and like, let's get into overtime and work as well. It's like this weird, like, dick measuring contest that other artists have with each other, like, oh, I slept less than you, like, that must mean that I'm really good and I'm working hard and I'm dedicated or whatever. Like, no, you can sleep and still be dedicated to what you're doing. It's just, sleep is gonna help you get through the rest of everything else that you're doing. You need to sleep, otherwise your body is gonna break down, and what's important is your health. You have to be healthy. It's not okay to just, like, be doing all-nighters. It's not okay to be staying up until, like, stupid o'clock and then only having 2 hours of sleep and waking up and doing everything all over again, because your productivity is going to be poor. You're going to be addicted to caffeine. Your health is going to drop. Do you even know, like, the horrible things that actually happen to you when you don't sleep? It's so important to sleep. So no, I don't even find it funny. Like, I don't think that, like, this whole thing, and it's not like I'm not personally attacking anyone. First and foremost, I'm not personally attacking anyone if anyone is getting, like, triggered by this. I'm just saying is not a healthy mindset to have, and I don't, especially in the streams that I host or I'm in, like, I don't want any of that being promoted at all, because it's so bad. It is so bad. I was almost hospitalized a few times from passing out because I just stayed up too late, and I've had problems with my vision. I've had, like, you know, like, really bad things, like, start to happen to me because of just this like, workaholic sort of, like, mindset. And you don't need that. You just need structure in your life. You just need to be like, okay, today I'm gonna put 5 hours into what I'm doing, or oh, today I'm gonna you know, do the 8 hours that I need to do and then sleep, you know? Like, it's not about, like, hey, I'm gonna, like, go. Like, you need to sleep. It's not, it's just, anyways. So I went off. God. Oh, yeah. Anyways, sorry. I'm gonna get back to sculpting now. Your triggered word. Clots. Ah! Also, yeah, okay, so blood clots as well is, like, a thing. So don't just sit there for 8 hours straight. Get up, because getting up and stretching is important, like, every 2 hours or so. That's another thing. No, bad. Blood clots, bad. Bad. For life kind of structure. After you clean your room, you get a good night's sleep. Yeah. Yeah, no, don't just sleep, okay? Sorry, I went off. Drink files, save water. Hey, Timothy, how are you doing? Oh, okay, Kook. Okay, in that case, like, I understand what you're going through, because I used to suffer from sleep paralysis a lot as well, so I was pretty afraid of sleeping for a while, but, you know, it's still important when you can, if you can. Try and get as much sleep as possible. Try and figure out, I think with sleep paralysis, the best thing for me was figuring out which positions that I was sleeping in didn't trigger it. I found out that sleeping on my back triggered it almost 100% of the time. So I stopped sleeping on my back for years, and only now I'm, like, okay now. So there might be, like, specific positions, like, when you're sleeping that trigger it. But sleep is very important. Sleeping on the back is for mummies. You sleep sitting down on your couch? Oof. Oof. God dang. I'd say, like, if it's really bad, if your sleep paralysis is really bad, you need to go to a sleep clinic. They'll get you something to help you sleep at night. Because, like, it's not okay to be skipping out on sleep that much. Let's see here. This guy can probably... I'm gonna save really quick. I'm gonna give this one pretty hefty dynamesh. Yeah. Lightbox, brush. Brushy, 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 brushy. Slash. Slash 2. Ooh, too strong. There we go. People in your classes talking about how they haven't slept for days on end and it's just hard to watch them do that to them. Yeah, it's just stupid. It's just dumb. It's like, why not just manage your time properly? I mean, like, not gonna say, I shouldn't like go too crazy, because the thing is, like, when I was in school I was the same way. I was like, oh my god, I haven't slept in like weeks. I'm just like, it doesn't help anything. Like, what were you doing to not sleep for weeks? You know, I wasn't doing anything in particular. I just wasn't making the most of my time. So when people start like saying that kind of stuff, it's just like, okay, well then maybe stop watching YouTube videos. Maybe stop like playing a ton of games. Do what you need to do. Priorities. Alright. Alright. Oh. No, you're not going to sleep. Okay. Okay. Next gen movie was made in Blender. He was wondering which characters he sculpted. You could tell. So yeah, it was made in Blender, but the thing is, like, I did my sculpting in ZBrush, right? So I didn't sculpt in Blender. Like, God no, I would not sculpt in Blender. I talked about what I did on the film earlier, so I don't want to like I don't want to get into it too much. I did like some of the like for example Momo Molly, Baby May, Wang Nima, stuff like that. Like I did a lot of like the organic characters, like concept sculpting the organic characters, not the final model. And I also did surfacing. Do you have a favorite set of brushes to work with, like top 3 or top 5? Yeah, I do. My favorites, because we're almost out of time anyways. My favorites are, I have them set on my keyboard, 1 through, whatever, like my number keys. So number 1, I have clay buildup. Number 2, and you can see it in the corner over here. Number 2, I have Damien Standard. Number 3, I have H Polish. 4, I have Snake Hook. 5, I have Inflate. 6, I have Pinch. And occasionally I switch out the other ones, 7, 8, 9, and 0, depending on what I'm doing, and if I need to use them really quickly. Thanks, Evan. And thank you, Vinicius. I appreciate it. You're still modeling? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Dope, dope, dope. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah. Alright. Let's see, what can we do here? Increase Dynamesh resolution. How often do I do these? I do them right now every Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST on the Pixelogic channel, this channel. And eventually this month I will be back to streaming on my channel. And that'll be at least once or twice a week on that for now as well, till I get my new PC. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick like silhouette breakup here. No, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. I think that's good for now anyways. Like, I don't really have the time, I don't think, to I don't really have the time to actually do much with this. Oh well, whatever. Here it is. This is what we did tonight. Here, let me... I don't know how to set this guy up. Maybe like this. No, we'll do 3/4. We'll do 3/4. That's fine. And then maybe like a close-up. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have any good way to lay this guy out. I think that'll be fine. Oh, whoa, hi. Hello. Big boy. Big boy. Big boy. I'm gonna make him a little tinier. No. No, we need big boy. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now it's a mess on the screen. Heck yeah. Enjoy the mess on the screen. Feels good. Okay. Okay, let me catch up. Let's see here. Also, hi, Joe. How are you doing? Long time no talk. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How's it going? Snake Hook, yeah, my top 5. Snake Hook, yeah, pretty much. Is my channel on Twitch? How can you find it on? Can you find it on YouTube too? I don't like. I mean, I have a YouTube channel, but it's like not active, so there's no point. I'll bring up my socials. It's so like the way that I do this right now. It's just like ghetto, but you know what? Whatever. Here we go. Here's my socials. There you go. If you want to follow me on anywhere, you can get me there. How many times have I sculpted this monster? This is the first time I've sculpted this monster. He has such spooky kicking legs. Yeah, he's got kicky. Kiki. Lotichas? What? You're speaking another language, dude. Dude, what do the kids say these days? Do I activate perspective mode? Yeah, just not when I'm doing stuff like this. Low tech. Oh, yeah, sorry. Wow. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm like, this stream has been 4 hours long. I can't, I'm always like, just zonked at the end of it. Low tech. Hey, come on. It gets the point across. You look at it like it's literally exactly what we need to do, right? It's exactly what we need. It's right there. So if you want to follow me there, it's like on the thing. I'll get it looking all fancy at some point, but I just haven't done it. I haven't done it yet. I suck. Thanks. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. This is fine. Oh crap, yeah, I do have an art station. My bad. Wait, let me add that one as well. Let me add that one to the list. Hold up. Here we go. Here, watch. Watch. Look at how easy it is to edit this too. Ooh, wow. There it is. See? It's you know, you can make fun of me all you want, but it's like it's fine. It works. Okay, yeah, so if you enjoyed this stream, thank you. I appreciate it. But also, you should probably check out the other people streaming on this channel. At one point, Joe / So Much Monsters in the chat right now, he streamed here for a little bit. I don't know if ever he's gonna come back, but if he does, maybe he will. I don't know. Ask him. He's here now. But you should definitely check out the other streamers that are presenting on this channel. So give Pixelogic a follow wherever you are. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, whatever. Just follow it, because then you're going to get to see who's up next and who's streaming. And talking about who's up next, tomorrow's Thursday, right? I've lost track of everything. Tomorrow is Timothy, Rapigan, and Oscar. So check them out as well. They're very talented artists, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's about it. You have the exact same text file? Whoa, really? Dang. What did I smoke? I wish I had an excuse like that. Alright, yeah, good night, Aquarius. When do you go back going live on my own channel? Will you post it on your... Of course, yes, I absolutely. When I go live on my channel again, it'll be this month, and it will be a thing, and you will know at least a couple days in advance before I'm like, hey, this is gonna happen. And then it'll be a schedule, and I'll do it often. Okay, anyways, thanks guys for checking out whatever I'm doing here. This is me. If you want me at any point, here I am. My socials. Okay, it's gone. Okay, bye. It's gone. It's just gonna boop, saved, because I'm gonna use it again in the future. Okay, and I'll see you guys next week. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. EST. I'm live here every single week. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I suck at exits and outros, so I'm just gonna awkwardly stop the stream and do that while I'm talking, and you're gonna be very confused, so it'll be very weird, but that's me, and that's on brand, and so I hope you have a really